Hello friends, and welcome to the video. So, you're on this path of non-duality, maybe you're going through the direct path, self-inquiry, or maybe some other form of self-inquiry, the I am. Somebody just put a comment just now on the video that I did on Thursday, which is the direct path videos, and he said something along the lines of still, it was very short, it was like, still there is a person, or there's still a person, a persona, I think he said persona. Now, when will the persona disappear? Because clearly we need it to disappear so that we realize that we're everything. Now, if you look at what Jean Klein says, he says that the character that you play, the persona, is... It's useful. It's a useful tool. You need to do things like get married and sign papers and have a bank account. There is this saying that we're looking for freedom, not for the person to be free, but free from the person. And so the idea is that you do eventually transcend this feeling that you're the person, but it does arise when you need it. It's a useful tool to navigate this game that we're playing. Also, Paul Hederman, who a few people have mentioned to me in the comments, and yeah, I like Paul Hederman. I watched a lot of his stuff a few years ago, and I like his background, and I think he's very good. And he talks about the action figure, which is nice. So there's this action figure that you're controlling, although you're not really controlling. There's the action figure who's doing stuff, and you are this open, loving awareness in which everything appears. So the commenter wanted more to get rid of the person more, wants to get rid of this persona that he feels he is. Now, when will that happen? When will he overcome it? Now, if you look at the book, The Direct Path, the User Guide, you'll see that we're at the point where we're getting into the mind and we're breaking down belief, because belief is what makes you feel that I'm this person who believes this and this and this. The memory, so that's another thing that ties everything together. But really it's when we get a bit further that we really start to break down what you feel you are. Now, I would ask the person who commented, what does he feel is this persona? What makes him feel that he is there? It could be, this was, for example, with Greg Good, it could be the feeling that he's doing things, he's choosing things. So it's his intention that causes, that ties it together. So at the end of the day, you can let go of everything, but in the end, the person who chooses is really me. That's what I am. You give up all the memories and you give up all of this, but you still feel there's some point there, some localization of an identity. Now, and that can be looked at. So as with all the other direct path experiments, it's quite similar. You just analyze what it is that when you have an intention. So there is an intention to have an orange, and then there you get an orange, or you have the intention, you think, oh, I will get an orange, and then you get an orange, and then you eat the orange, and then you see, oh yeah, well, that's definitely me who's done that. But if you really look at it, these separate ideas, these separate thoughts are just happening. These mental objects, the sensations, are happening one after the other, and they have no arrows pointing at each other. There's just a chain, and there's no links. This happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens. There's no connection between any of them. So you are not actually doing it. You are not the doer. And that's from that kind of analysis. You could look at it scientifically and say, well, I mean, from a materialist point of view, and say, look, I've been built by evolution, and I have no free will because I just do what I've evolved to do, and so there's no doer there either. And so that is the idea. I'm not saying that that's what the guy feels is the core of his identity, this thing that chooses or does, but this is what Greg Good said. It was one of the last things, and a subtle feeling of duality that remained, because he continued with the idea of the arisings. But eventually you will let go of the arisings. There'll be a little analysis of, is there one big arising or are there many arisings? And you'll be able to see that even those are not really happening. So, and when that goes, then the duality eventually dissolves as well, and we let go of the teaching of the witness and the teaching of arisings and the teachings of consciousness, and we're left with just what's here, and no person except when you need them. It's a useful tool, just like your kidneys, your liver, your ego, and all of that. Right? I hope that was interesting. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.